So I'm going to call this meeting to order. We are at the City of Laredo Environmental Services Department, 619 Reynolds Street. Today is Tuesday, December 14, 2021, and it is 4:37 p.m. This is for the Keep Laredo Beautiful Board of Directors. Can I have a roll call, please?
Yes, Madam President. Tracy King, present.
Present.
Vice President Jean Benmares.
Present.
Myself, Secretary Jackie Stanton, present. Treasurer Leslie Adame. Not here, and I believe this is going to be her third or fourth consecutive. No, third consecutive. Masi Mejia.
Present.
Myra Hernandez. She's absent, that's her third consecutive absent. Mr. Duncan will not be attending today, but he did inform us. We removed and dropped Adas and Janet Ramirez because they didn't even do the oath as well. So
Yeah.
they're removed. So I'm just not calling.
Yeah, and then I think since it's December and then we're gonna go into another year, I can just go ahead and just remove their names from the list.
Alrighty. That's good.
Okay, so approval of the minutes from the last meeting in November.
So moved, Madam President.
Is there a second?
I second that.
Okay, motion passes to approve the minutes from the last meeting. Citizen communications? No citizen communications, no one's here, right? Discussion with possible action on the following items. Review, approval, and adoption of amendments to bylaws.
So I have a copy of the bylaws in the packet. The font, the red font is just amendments that were already discussed. And then the blue ones are the new ones that we talked about in the last meeting. About not disallowing virtual meetings, and then the other one was about
The extension.
yes, the extension of the 12 months.
Okay. That's it, right? Those, just those two?
Those are the only two, right?
Yeah, and if you just want to check the ones in the red one just in case, you can go ahead. But those y'all had already seen them and had agreed to them. So, but just if you want to make sure that everything is good.
All board meetings in person, and then the ones that take their oath from May 2020 to August will receive a 12-month extension to their terms. I think that's good.
That's it. A motion to approve the new bylaws.
I second that motion.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Same. Okay, the motion passes that we reviewed, approved, and adopted the amendments, right, to the bylaws. And then the creation of subcommittees is next on the agenda, which we discussed last time, right? That we weren't going to be creating subcommittees at the moment because we don't
Have the full
even
board yet.
Right.
Full board yet, so.
So we get our feedback a bit
So
more.
let's just go table that for the next meeting as well. Just
Okay.
Continued,
Yeah, sorry, that was confusion on my part just because I was hearing the recording back and I couldn't tell if we had said and I couldn't remember also if it was tabled or if it was just like put off for.
I think we put it off actually.
yeah,
Yeah, I don't think we put it off completely, right, for now.
for now.
You can bring it
So
up
just
next time.
table it.
So whenever you guys bring it up, right, I'll include it in the agenda.
So the motion would just be to table it indefinitely.
Indefinitely, right. Okay. And then staff reports.
So for the month of November, we only had 2 events. So we had, November 13, we had the phase 2 of the Las Palmas restoration project that we had. This one was a much smaller project that we worked on with the Rio Grande International Study Center and the Laredo Realty Association. We had a small turnout of about maybe, I want to say it was less than 40 volunteers, but I think I speak for everybody that was there, that it was a very small but very mighty team. And from my notes, I mean, they picked up 1 ton of debris and litter from the park, and then we also mulched the trail. So just like those under 40 people made all of that impact at the Las Palmas Trail, and it looks so much nicer now. So I'm very, very happy with the group that we got, even though it was a small turnout. I think they did a really, really awesome job. So then that was that event, and then on November 20, which was a week after, we had the Azteca neighborhood cleanup, and that one was a partnership with County SGA, Laredo, and Councilmember Elisa Cigarroa. For that one, we did have a really, really awesome turnout of about 250 volunteers, mostly Martin High School volunteers, and they picked up 1.5 tons of litter, and then they also collected 25 tires. So that was really, really awesome, really good turnout, and also a lot of impact that was made in the neighborhood. And then also they went down by the Zacate Creek, and we're also able to clean up there. So all of the litter that was in and around that place was removed. So we're really, really proud of that too. And then on November 24, I'm not sure if we had spoken about this project before when Placita was still back here, but we had received a small grant from the Native Plant Society of Texas for $400 to purchase native milkweed and other pollinator plants to work on a monarch garden. And so because we were kind of like in a transition and stuff like that, that project was kind of put off, and we kind of forgot about it a little bit, to be honest. And but we were finally able to complete it. And so we planted, it was, I want to say, 40 plants at the Barbara Faskin Community Center. So they already have like a whole garden installation. They have different raised garden beds that were already there.
We put those in October.
Yeah.
The garden beds, sorry.
Yeah,
Tweety, you know Tweety?
Yeah.
He built those.
Yeah? Oh, that's awesome. I know they had said that there were some, and so we were really lucky because we were kind of pressed for time to finish that project already, because the Native Plant Society wanted like us to submit a report and stuff, and so we were trying to get it done. Luckily, we were able to get it done on time. And so the 40 plants went into 4 raised garden beds, and we're gonna have the seniors from the senior center that are
That's what they did,
located
yeah.
next door. They're going to be helping maintain it, and then also park staff is going to be coming in every once in a while to check up on them and see what other kind of what they can assist with that maybe the seniors can't do. And then just like the final thing, we submitted a wrap-up report to KTV, so kind of like symbolizing that we finished the green bag grant project that we had. So that one was just another grant where we were given funds to start another monarch garden, and this one is located at the Southside Library. I think it's McKendrick Ochoa Salinas Library. And it's located right in front of the entrance, and it's really, really pretty. It's 3 raised garden beds, and so that one, they installed like crushed granite, a little crushed granite trail, and then the raised garden beds, and they put some panels with images of like the life cycle of the butterfly and stuff. So it's meant to be educational and also kind of like to spruce up, because it looks really nice. It makes it look, the entrance of the library makes it look really nice. So we were finally able to submit that report, and yeah, so that's what we've been doing in the month of November. The month of December is a little bit slower for us, just because I was also finishing up final exams and stuff. So right now we don't have anything planned for the month of December, no events. We're looking at a possible partnership with a troop that just requested to have a private cleanup, but that's just a private event for them. It's not gonna be anything huge open to the public. So yeah, that's what we have for December and what we did in November.
Have y'all got to the schools? Like Keep Laredo Beautiful?
We went, we did a career day.
Oh, okay.
At, what was it called, David? Oh, Juarez Lincoln. So at Rio Bravo, they invited us to go, was it in November? Yeah, it was in November, and we went and we spoke along with our program coordinator, Ruby. So we were talking about KLB and then also about
Stormwater.
Yeah, stormwater. And so, yeah, that was really nice and fun. And yeah, that's what we also did that. I forgot to put that in our staff report, but yeah, that's one of the things that we did also.
Great. You can also call like the schools and just, and reach out and ask them, like, can I go? And I mean, because I would do that just so that you won't wait for career days. Like if you have like no events or whatever and you want to like spread the word and have them, you can actually call, like always talk to the counselor and be like, oh, is there any way that I can go and talk to the kids and like a big setting or even for classroom and stuff. And they love that also. Teachers probably love that too. Give them a little break also.
Yeah.
But yeah, so and the kids love it. If you have like the seeds, like I don't know if you all give away seeds still.
This
you
time
ordered
I think we were just giving away promotional items, so I think just like
Because Lynn used to, I remember she would buy tons. Do you remember?
Tons of seeds.
Tons of seeds, and I mean, teachers, like staff, loved them. So like I know, if you're looking for promotional items, I think that's a good idea to like pass out those seeds and stuff. Very cool. She even had vegetables. Do you remember? Like
Yep.
she had a bunch. Yeah. So that would be also cool.
yeah, we still have some in there. We can definitely do that. But yeah, that was really fun. Me and Anna were nervous because I had never done a career day before. But it was fun. It was surprising.
You were natural for sure. Yes, they love that. And then have you taken McLeod?
What's that?
McLeod? The city mascot. I used to be the Stormy the girl, and then it's Inspector McLeod. And then they actually have the mascot costume.
Yeah, I think I saw them in
Yes.
Ruby's office earlier, right? And she has
She
it in
doesn't
there.
look excited for that.
Huh?
She doesn't look excited.
No, but like no, you get coaches. Like Ivan would volunteer first, but if he's very busy, coaches love to do it. Like they put it on and they're with the kids, and it's just fun. And you can put it for your media, like your promo and stuff like that. Yeah,
Sounds cool. Yeah, I didn't know we had all that.
I know it's KOB, but it's still part of environment. Like it's still in the same.
Yeah, it all ties
It's an
into each
extension.
other.
Just,
Yeah.
like in the parades and stuff and everything like going on, like they love to invite mascots for the kids and stuff. So
Yeah, and I know that I was definitely talking to Ale about us getting together already and coming up with what we want to do for next year, because we definitely want to, we're going to start out strong.
yes, go
We
hard.
want to get as much action as we can for next year. So yes, very exciting. And yeah, we'll definitely take that into consideration because I know that education on all that we do and the department
Education
is
is
super
first,
important.
right? Yeah.
So,
Especially the little ones, because they were home for so long. It's like they forget.
Well,
What else? Activity report.
items for next meeting?
Items for next meeting.
Listen, do we have an annual report that we produce that we present the council?
not to
Have we
my
done one in the
knowledge.
past?
I mean, we have the data. We have we submit an annual report to KTV every single year. I think the time that we submit it is usually around March.
Okay.
And so we have a spreadsheet that has the past, I want to say maybe like the past 3 years
Okay.
worth of data. And so we've been updating it every single time that we have an event or we have a partnership or anything like that. So, and I know that I just submitted a report to Mr. Porter, just kind of showing him like what we've done this year.
Right.
But that we go and present to city council, I haven't done it. I've not done it.
No, I would imagine you hadn't, but I know that in the past, we've seen that presentation come to council. I know Keep Boston Beautiful, Keep Texas Beautiful, they both publish an annual report on their websites. And the reason I know this is because I've been looking at websites and trying to redesign what we started with La Cita and kind of give us a better feel for what we wanted to do for Laredo. Because again, it's something that we're donating to Keep Laredo Beautiful. And I saw that they have, 3 really big items that Keep Boston Beautiful. It's one of my favorite websites, not so much because of the design, but because of the content. They have really great programs for the schools that they promote, and teachers, basically they send the application in and requesting Keep Boston Beautiful go and do these presentations. They also have, a community tool shed where when they have these cleanups,
Oh, cool.
they can borrow tools, they sign them out from you. But they also have a donation program so that, Dr. Ike's, Lowe's, and those folks can donate tools to you for those particular events as well, that you keep them. Rather than getting money, for example, they would give you tools. I did that for a long time with when I was on council. I made a special effort to give Lynn money for tools for these cleanups. Because I knew that's one of the things that they struggled with. So I took that out of my promotional fund or out of my capital improvements fund. As long as you can buy brick and mortar, I can give them money for those kind of items.
Yeah.
And so right now is a good time to start asking council, especially those like Alyssa and those the other council members who are currently asking to keep Laredo Beautiful to participate in the cleanups, which is great political play for them, but they ought to give some money for some of those tools out of the promotional funds. Primarily for what you need the most, rakes, hose, gloves, wheelbarrows. I know oftentimes you have to go borrow those things from solid waste.
Yeah.
But we gave them wheelbarrows, but the ones that were easier for kids to maneuver rather than the woolly botes.
Do you have like vests, little vests? It's
Vests.
like little beautiful.
All those kind of things. So that would be something to maybe kind of put as part of your agenda for next year. And in the annual report that I saw on the websites, it's not just all the activities, but how many partnerships they had, how many new sponsors came on board, those kind of things.
Yes.
Because that's where folks like myself and Kenny and others, can help you. We know a lot of folks in the community.
Right.
We can ask them to share some of their treasure with us, if not their time. Right.
And they're just giving back. I mean, it's promotion for them too, because, they're giving back, and we're promoting them also when we have those, like when you all put the ads out, right?
Yeah, we can do that. And then the other thing that I saw in there is that they have a really great calendar, and they're constantly asking people to come in and share what they're doing as part of their cleanups, so that we can participate as well if we get a chance. Right? I mean, obviously we don't have a big board yet, but getting our board involved in some of these cleanups might help bring more awareness to what we do. So thanks for the next meeting.
Yeah, I think all those ideas are great. I really like them.
And again, the presentation to council can be done by Tracy, by our board president, and you're just helping with the presentation, obviously, but she can do the presentation for it, because we are at, kind of an ad hoc committee for the council appointed by the city manager. So it gives them a reason to continue to promote us and fund us and house us.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah. So the more they
That's
know, the
true.
better.
If they know, and especially, I mean, they're very helpful. Like, I know when the animal facility, was struggling, they just donated, and I know they would, and we just need to put our face out there, I guess.
I agree.
I'm not scared to do that. I'll go.
Yeah.
I'll be right next to
I've
you.
done it before.
Okay.
No, yeah, definitely. That sounds good.
I like staying in the back for the chickens.
You're gonna be there, Ben.
I'll check that your hair is fine.
Yeah.
And really, that was it. I mean, those are the kind of things that I saw for, like the annual report's big, just because lets the community know what we're doing. And to publish it somewhere.
Yeah, I remember when I first came in, and Lisbeth was talking to me about her goals for KOB, because she had only been doing this for also just a year. She had also mentioned that she had seen, especially Keep Austin Beautiful's website, and how they had their annual report. They had it every single year, and so it just kind of shows everybody what we're doing, instead of just how we have it, that it's just KTV that knows what we're doing basically. So I mean, that's definitely one of my goals that I also wanted to also do. So I think it's a great idea.
Is the website up already or no?
Yes and no. When Blasita left, she was working with my staff member Mando to get it ready. And one of the challenges we had is that Blasita had acquired KeepLaredoBeautiful.org for the city. So they own it. Somebody has it. We don't know who. We've talked to Andy Castaneda.
What about Carlos Ramirez?
We've asked Carlos.
You've asked Carlos too?
They don't seem to know where it is, who has, where it is in the inventory. The one who probably knows more than anybody else would be Andy Castaneda. And he says, when we sent them emails back in September, hey, point what's called the A record to our IP address where we're hosting the website. They could never do it. So finally, right before Blasita left, she said, is there anything you can do? I said, well, I can acquire KeepLaredoBeautiful.com and we can stand it up that way for the now. But the right one should be the org, because that's usually designed for 501c3s and nonprofit organizations and governmental entities as well. So it exists, but right now it's on KeepLaredoBeautiful.com. And we've never published it. We've never told people, hey, this new website's up. So when people search it, what Google currently delivers is the old site. That's the HTML site that they built 15
Oh,
years ago. Yeah. And some of the links don't work anymore.
That's I think that's what it's missing, the KOB, like the site, like this is KOB, like go. I mean, right now, what do people have to go look at KOB to? Nothing.
And registering, they
They need to
can't
register there. That needs to be a name, just like Risk is a name. Like they have their website.
And KOB is a name.
Right.
Everybody knows it, but there's nothing to support the brand.
there needs to be more resources there for.
So we're committed to providing what is essentially a $4,000 or $5,000 website for free. We just need more content. So what I would recommend is that Bella Rosales and my staff is heading up the project in our office, and she had some mock-ups that she did. She's making some changes. Jose Garcia is the graphic designer on the side of the project, and he is doing some logo changes and some of the other things. And then I'll help with the content as much as I can. But if you look at the Keep Texas Beautiful site and the Keep Austin Beautiful site, and there's one other one that we looked at that everybody really, really liked. Again, not because of the content, but because it was aesthetically pleasing. It looked good to the eye. And I think that
Brownsville?
No, it was Ville, but it was like Stephenville or
Not Brownsville.
Gainesville or someplace. It was
Okay.
one of the cities in the north, and it just looked much better than Austin's. Looks good, it's clean, but it's the content that really draws us, because there's a lot for us to gravitate to. There's forms to report illegal dumping.
Volunteer
there's
to
volunteer
donate.
to donate, right? All the corporate sponsors' links are there.
Blogs.